championship. Naisu and Mirko to call the action.
All troops deployed.
Call the action we shall. Here we go. Jumping into the Land of Dawn. It's a best of 5 and a ticket to the grand final for one of these teams here. It's me, Naisu, and Mirko to bring you this action. And now, man, I'm going to tell you what. These are lineups that at this point make clear sense. The Arlot, interesting that was the last pick, but have to agree with the panel on how they kind of went about this and that what the Arlot will provide. And you can rely on someone that's Mr. Consistent, man.
Yeah, when you have the Baksha in the jungle, when you have a utility jungler, you want to have a little bit more damage, a little bit more carry potential on your XP. And that's exactly what you get when you have Edward on the Arlet, right? Like, even though most Arlets, and I think even Edward here will probably go for just the Fury Hammer into tank, that's enough damage. You deal enough base damage, and it's all about the resets, which Light can get you too, and he's already doing a good job in the mid lane with Yue to pressure Yums and Stormy.
Yeah, the pressure that's going to happen here early on, especially in the mid lane, is going to also come from Light, like we just saw, especially when the Tsunami Slam is available and they can kind of rotate around that. Again, with this dangerous grass map being a little bit faster, Light's going to just provide some information and get on out of there. This is one of the things, though, that we have seen throughout M7 is that Claude building. Oh, Domenkai. Okay.
Lead by Innocent there.
Yeah.
Straight into the BMI after. But who got the gold crab? Did you see?
I didn't. I think it was Domenkai. I could be wrong. I think still. Oh, whoa. Mid lane?
Yeah. All in over the Skies. And he baits the Phantom Steed. Skies wants to go in, but that's going to be the G Kundo landing on 2, but no further initiation. So Aurora Gaming Philippines, they got what they wanted. They wanted to just bait out the Phantom Steed. Now it's going to be Edward. Not in a bad spot. Ah, too clean with the Vengeance.
Okay. Demon Kite's there too around the corner, so no push through or follow through there. Turtle's going to be up now though. So plenty of members on both sides here. We'll see some rotating. Whoa, mid lane.
All in there. Valkyrie Descent coming down. Innocent taken out by Yue and Light. Great read in the rotation is in the bottom lane. There's a bit of skirmish. Edward jumping with Vengeance again. Cram going for the slices. Now with a stun as well.
Oh, he gets stunned. Edward's gone, and now they're going to be going for more as Light falls. They're still going.
Now it's Demon Kai pocketing the Poisons. Yue going for the Brilliance now, but Sky's going to be on him right now with Feather Airstrike as well. Purified to get a bit more movement speed. Sky's going to go down a Demon Kite.
Wow, it is a bloodbath. All before they could even go for the turtle. They go and get a couple kills on both sides, 3 for 3, and a little bit of extra gold over to SRG off that turret. Man, this is what we've been seeing today, Mirko. I mean, just a whole lot of fighting even before an objective is taken.
We have leveled up in the M-Series game, and again, this is what having a Swiss stage and then a double elimination gets you in a tournament. There's so much time for these teams to understand the meta, and even if they don't, they can go through that grueling 0-2 bracket, 1-2 bracket, so many more best of 3s you can play to understand the meta. And honestly, that's how we get to see the best MLBB possible.
For this first turtle, I'm not sure if they're going to be fight for it. Whoa, we got to go back here.
Yeah, the Weighted Dragon there was used up. Now good stun from Edward. Final slash as well. The turtle was already taken out. Edward jumping with Vengeance again as a Valkyrie Descent will deal a lot of damage with Cram as well now. Tsunami Slam coming down. Sky taken low. He gets the kill.
Yue's gone. Seki's is next. Sakai's goes down. And they disengage. So it's a trade. The 1-for-1 actually here. Turtle secured though for Aurora Gaming Philippines. Man, these fights for the turtles breaking out, the adjustment of the meta so far that we've seen, I mean, it's all kind of brawly, but still, you're talking about a Baksha versus a Leomord at that. But then you also have a counter over in the gold lane, right? Innocent later on should be able to go ahead and help beat out Domenkai unless he scales up enough. Okay, a little BMI.
Yeah, that was a bit too close for comfort though now. Phantom Steed, Cram gonna be walking up as well. Edward, able to space away. Can he get away? Sky's just going for it, and Cram, popping the recalls as well.
Cram's like, you see that? I hope you could see that, Edward. Edward not having the best time on this Arlot right now.
You want to get Edward angry though.
Hey, right now, they might be angry in the mid lane. That's a Tsunami Slam bringing down Yubes.
Good stuff from both these teams. Selangor Red Giants really punishing the small mistakes that Aurora Gaming Philippines were making. Again, Edward walking up too aggressive with no vision on the map, and it's the same for Selangor Red Giants, for Aurora Gaming Philippines, I mean. Punishing them on the top side river, noticing that there were members rotating into the bottom lane. It really comes down to where you find advantages on the map and how to utilize it in every single situation.
Yeah. Again, with this kind of build-up already in the early game. You've got some of those first items locked in, of course. A little bit of different path here for our mid laners. Yue going with that glowing wand. He's going to need that to help with some of this sustainability that comes out from this lineup from SRG, but also the lightning tranche it there for Stormy. Stormy has been on fire for the most part in the game. So the kick.
Reggie Kundo with the way to Dragon again. On top of that, Cram actually stole the XP grab, so a little bit more damage on top of the physical one. It's mental damage now. It's gonna be Light walking up now with the help of Innocent as well with the Valkyrie Ascent. Now Tsunami Slam to bring him under turret.
Oh, in trouble. Hume's trying to get away, disengage, but he falls to Yue. But Turtle secured by Sakai's. So all part of the plan, at least to get the objective. So they traded out. Man, I'll say this. It's okay if Humes goes down and trying to set up a play. Edward, on the other hand, he has been having a hard time. So I think the question is it, do you want to get Edward mad? I think at this point he's mad, man. Like, you know, but what we have seen with Arlots when they are picked, wow, look at the damage, by the way, from Stormy on this Farsa. Back to the Arlot is the final slash. Yue? Oh wait, he's got brilliance.
Go for the stun. Flicker as well, Purify out. The slashes come down under tier 2. But was it worth it for the shutdown though?
I mean, is Cram just trying to make a point or what?
That has to be it, right? I mean, you kind of want to just assert your dominance, but I feel like Aurora are the type of team to be like, sure, you can have the dominance, bro. We'll take the shutdown. It's all G.
I mean, I don't. He's 4-1-2 now. Unnecessary death just to assert the dominance or not. You know, might get checked here.
Yeah, Tsunami Slam, instant Purify coming down now as Yums is able to go for the way the Dragon over on Demon Kite. Pops into Poison's in time, but look at the damage coming through over on Demon Kite still. It's Edward trying to save him. Demon Kite caught in the bad spot. Oh, blazing to one from Doming!
Oh, and they're still going Cram trying to run, and this time after losing it, 2 members in the fight. Aurora Gaming Philippines. Hey, you know what? Forget Edward being mad. The whole team's mad.
Oh my goodness. Stun coming down. Cancels out Light's jump. Now has to go back into that wave, but the turret in the mid lane falls, and Aurora finally get a lead in the game, like an actual 1K lead now.
Actual lead. Domain Kite as well, by the way, has just been able to go ahead and farm up the way that he wants to. On this Claude, we're already starting to see that damage come through. Turret's gonna fall mid and top. So now you've got the space to work with if you're Aurora Gaming Philippines to go ahead and lead into this next objective. Turtle comes up, last one of the game, and they'll get in position. Once again, Yums has continuously done this, setting up with the Cho, but this time it might be a little bit tougher. Domango rotating it down too. He's gonna go ahead and clear out these minions in the mid. But look at the Light, trying to set things up potentially here before this Turtle even breaks out.
They really want to shut down Innocent, dude, and they've done a good job at that. In this game so far, Edward can be caught for the airstrike coming down as well. Edward, oh! Popped into Vengeance right as the Dragon came through, so it got cancelled. Now Edward in the back line, finds the final stack one again. It's Innocent who goes in, Blazing Duet coming in from Doming. Innocent barely spacing out to position. It's Grab going through, CC immune. He's got, gets the stun on 3! Skies walks up, not enough damage.
Oh, Doming Knight chasing down Sakai's, he can't escape the guns. And now another to fall as Stormy goes down on top of it.
The instant burst goes to Selangor Red Giants, but the long team fights go to Aurora Gaming Philippines. Domeng Kite again. The guy who we've been talking about, I think, for the most part, right?
Yep.
When can he step up? He's stepping up now, finally.
Hey, that's what you do here. Now he's going to get another turret. He's got the Trinity locked in under the 10-minute mark, too. Take a look at the replay here. Again, this fight was started up.
Beautiful.
And you'll notice Innocent jumping in too. Cram goes in, doing what he does best on this Lapu Lapu, but the fight gets separated here.
And it's all about the little things in the fight, because again, they were able to bait so much time, bait so many resources because of Edward. Yes, he's 0-4-4, but that Vengeance to cancel away the Dragon, him just staying alive for a bit more, really baited out more resources that Selangor Red Giants were comfortable to actually use in that team fight.
On top of that, a little bit more damage here for Yue, picking up the Divine Glaive, and that's crazy that Edward's able to do that, man. Even after going down multiple times. He's got an Oracles, he's got the Fury Hammer like you mentioned, some tough boots, and then he's got the Ice Shield pretty much, right? Like, and that's just how the Arlot works, especially with the Brave Smite emblem and that Festival of Blood. So it's a little finicky to try to kind of kill. Oh no.
Stormy pops into Purify. But Demon Kite goes for the chase. That's a stun out. Poison's coming down. And Stormy will be taken down under turret. Cram and Sky is going at it, but it's only onto the Baksha as Yums will lose his life. That's a stun onto Demon Kite, but he's still alive. Now Light coming in with a healing tsunami slam. Domeng!
Oh, and again, they're trying to get away. Cram under the turret. Demon Kite chasing down. There's the follow through as they pick up 4 kills for Aurora Gaming.
Aurora Gaming Philippines are striving in the chaos. You wouldn't expect to hear that before you watch today's match.
Ooh, that's the adaptations that we have seen throughout the Swiss stage until now. They're playing a different game, and it's funny because it's a utility jungler, right? Oh, okay. Well, Lord secured. Selangor Red Giants are going to have to wait on this defense. They do have decent clear, but man, I feel like this Freya pick for Innocent just hasn't been able to do much in this game. A lot of times when he pops the Valkyrie form and he goes and jumps in, he's pretty much just taken care of really quickly here. Because of the front line position from Aurora Gaming Philippines, even the ability to go ahead and bait out some things with the brilliance from Yue, it's just a whole lot to deal with. And again, if you're afraid and you're jumping into the fray of things, Edward is there, man. He'll final slash you for the team. A Lord's going to go ahead and charge in the mid. Holy defenses are still up here as they pop in the mid lane. Aurora going to choose to force a fight.
But the airstrike there. It's a tsunami slam to catch Hume. He's going to be caught. Vengeance already down. Demon Kite was able to take him down there. The Lord will be cleared out. Innocent can't go for the Valkyrie descent anymore. You already used it to clear up the wave, and Aurora want to go for round 2. Into the mid lane base turret they go. Yue already on it, trying to siege it down, and they will crack the base turret open. Domeng doing so much damage. Has to respect Stormy, though. He's been caught by a few of those skill ones. Man.
Yeah, that's still impressive, though. First Lord, already a base turret down. Sometimes we see teams just with the First Lord, they'll get the Holy defenses down, if that. But 1 base turret down for Aurora Gaming Philippines. Take a look at the items here, too. You can see the gap between the gold lanes specifically, man. 3,000 gold for Domeng Kite right now. He's got the Wind of Nature, too, building into the next. And also, on the other side, you've got Demon Kite with quite a bit of a lead.
And like, this is the thing, right? You pick up the Freya to counter the Claude. The fact that the Claude is 3,000 gold ahead. Oh, man, it's going to be really tough. Innocent might have to use a Purify here at the start of the fight. Valkyrie sent backward, Purify out of Tsunami Slam. Yums going to the back line, but Domeng again able to go for the Wind of Dragon from Yums.
And they're still breaking out Yue, trying to get away. He pops the Brilliance, and Stormy on the wings will engage.
Cram going down to Edward. Now it's just Stormy. He has a Purify. That's a shield unity into the Purify out. Edward won't go in. They'll hold the lines for now, but there's 18 seconds on Yums, and Aurora are knocking on the base turret up top.
They're still going to go. Edward, final slash of the minions to help clear them out, but they might just have enough time to take out a base turret, and off of that initiation, now 2 base turrets down for SRG with the Lord coming up in 30 seconds. Aurora Gaming Philippines has essentially controlled the course of this game already up to this point. And for SRG, are they going to choose to actually contest against this Lord? They've got firepower, man. I mean, especially like we've seen with a Farsa in their hands, but it just seems like all the options that they had in the early portion of the game have kind of run out here.
That fight earlier was a bit too close for comfort, I feel, right? Obviously, Aurora Gaming were still able to get the win, but the fact that it looked really good at the start, and then Yums all of a sudden was able to get away to Dragon onto Domeng, putting him in a tougher spot and actually shutting him down. That means Selangor Red Giants, they have ways and avenues to actually still outplay a Wind of Nature, Purify up Claude.
I'm just wondering, man, at what point are you able to turn the tide completely here if you're SRG? You know, Malefic Roar now picked up for Innocent. Sometimes it might just be able to get enough damage off, you know, on with utilizing this Freya pick. Lord's going to be started up. Look at the positioning from Aurora Gaming Philippines as they go ahead and spot things out. Light has the flicker available. If he chooses to set things up, that can work. But this is also something you always have to worry about with a Claude against you, is if there's an off-lane push. A quarter of the health here on the Lord.
Valkyrie descent coming in. Now it's going to be Light. Still able to dash away. Sky's going to go for the Retribution now, but it's actually going to go on Edward instead as Demon Kite wins out the Retri battle. Yums able to flicker around the safety, and now for the airstrike!
Yums! Oh, and Innocent jumps in. It's a shutdown on Yue. Sakai's able to find Demon Kite's in trouble.
The minions are at the base. Edward going to go into the bottom lane. He's going to try to barge in through as the minion is still there, but the turret is still alive, so Edward won't risk it. They'll instead back away. At the end of the day, it's 3 for 2, but Aurora won out the Lord. Innocent able to pick up a tier 2 in the bottom lane as Edward's too afraid to go 1v1 against the Beast.
Mirko, I asked, when is Innocent's Freya going to be able to pop off, find the right targets, and with that play around the Lord, yeah, sure, they lost it, but like you mentioned, they're showcasing that they can team fight against Aurora Gaming Philippines, and now they're going to go ahead and finally get some of these turrets down. They'll take down the tier 1. Up top is nearly down as well, and that's what SRG needs, man. They need some space to work with here in this game. And I'll tell you what, it just seemed like everything had to fall into place for them in utilizing this composition. You see in here, I mean, their fighting capability is really good, especially around objectives, right? You've already got, like I said, Stormy's already pretty much damaged. He's where he needs to be in big damn department, dude. He's got Holy Crystal, Divine Glade, Lightning Truncheon, and working on the next tier. Same thing with the Freya, and now to the point where you have some defensiveness for Yumes, where he doesn't get blown up on a kick. Oh, Demon Kite jumping in.
Great Shun Pool to cancel the shield unity, and now they're all in with Cram jumping with Raven Spider. But look at the Tsunami Stun, catching Skies in the back, but he's able to dish out a bit more damage in the end.
Oh, they're going to chase down in the jungle. Does Demon Kite decide to go? They're going to re-engage.
Cram able to flicker out, Innocent jumping away, able to get the knock-up down as Tomei goes in with the Blazing Dew and a double for Yue. Now it's Yumes caught in the bad spot. Yue actually dies. Aurora are also low. Cram and Stormy able to clear out the waves.
They can clear out the waves. I mean, even with... Oh, Cram jumping in. Final Slash going to be used. Edward just keeping things here. This is too risky, man. They're so low health for Light and Demon Kite. What do they want to do here? They're going to heal back up with a Surge of Life. They're going to try to push it in.
I think that was a mistake. Now Cram doesn't have the Brave Spider. He's trying to hold out the waves. Tsunami's time to take him away from the waves. That's a Final Slash to cancel the airstrike. Stormy is trying to defend, but it won't happen. There's too many waves in the base. Aurora Gaming Philippines takes game number 1.
What a game 1 to start us off in this best of 5. It was a bloodbath. Just how it should be to get to the spot of the grand finals here. But man, oh man, Aurora Gaming Philippines and SRG put 4.
I've got high hopes. I'm going Aurora on this one.
All right, let's see if it is going to be going towards Aurora to go into match point, leading this 2-0, or will the little adjustments of SRG be enough to turn this into 1-1? Nice-u and Mirko, what do you guys think?
All troops
I'll tell you what I think, guys. I'm going to have to say, I like the adjustments from SRG here with the lineup. It wasn't too bad from the last one. I feel like the adjustments with the high-lows, bringing the high-lows, for example, was a good switch-up. Now they've got the Uranus as well. What do you feel like, Mirko?
I still feel like Cram on the Lapu Lapu would have been a bit better. It's just he needed to take a chill pill a bit, you know? A few of those shutdowns, a few of those deaths just really felt... okay, the recalls were necessary, super necessary, but the deaths weren't, right? You can have Flare, you just can't give the bounty over to the enemy team. But with the CC that they have on Yumes and Stormy, I understand why they just put him on the Uranus. And this time, take a look at that, Innocent! Yeah. Vengeance on the Freya. Red Tree win for Skies, obviously, on the Leo Mord for the lethal.
Okay, take a look at the... Oh, hold on.
Wait a second.
Demon Kite.
Oh my god.
Gonna just take this away?
Sneaky, sneaky.
No problem.
He's gonna take it. There's no way for Selangor Red Giants to react in time. Demon Kite steals the purple buff.
Oh my goodness. Sakai's knows it too. He's like, that Demon Kite, man.
That guy.
That guy.
What a guy.
Hey, when you can cable on around and move like that, you might as well take advantage of it. I'm pretty sure you're faster than a... Well, technically, he doesn't have his Phantom Seed yet, so you are faster than him.
That's true.
Yeah, at least for now. But yeah, that's... One of the things is if I remember right, Fanny's win rate was pretty high. There was a time, I know it's been played a couple more times since this, but when it was picked up 4 or 5 times, it was at 100% win rate. I'm not sure if it still is.
I believe it was high in the Swiss stage.
Swiss stage,
Knockout stage, it's been pretty bad. Yeah, because like Han played it in this first match in the Swiss stage and lost. And I believe we saw a few more Fannies losing after that. Even Yuzuke yesterday, against Aurora Gaming Philippines. So Aurora are the ones now on the Fanny. Let's see if they're the ones to make it work. Good stun coming down over on the line, but look at Demon Kite. Look at the cables there. Sky's playing with it so well. Heck, I would say Yumes preemptive revitalize there. Didn't really need to use it.
He didn't need to. Maybe just kind of, you know, making sure that better safe than sorry. Right now, they've got control around this turtle, though, so let's see if Aurora decides to do anything. Demon Kite's not even here, so it looks like they're just going to give it up. he's going to go ahead and prioritize the buff, which he should. Again, the Fanny definitely needs that.
Yep.
So Turtle secured here for SRG.
That's the thing about the Fanny though, right? You're a good pick if you can get those early kills, then you snowball out of control, and then there's still a possibility that you make a micro mistake, which is very, very believable.
Yeah.
It's such a difficult hero to pull off in the biggest of stages, and this is it. Skies will not fall for that again. He knows to go for the purple buff before the orange buff. But yeah, I think for Aurora Gaming Philippines, they can take a chill pill. They have a Claude, they have a Yves, and an Esmeralda, so they don't need to be that far ahead. Light's gonna be caught here, and that's a bit more troublesome. Skies bringing you back, forcing to break around. Demon Kai comes in with a cutthroat, but again, Skies on Barbiel, too tanky.
I like how you're like, they can take a chill pill, and as soon as they're like full sending it into the mid lane, man. You know? But I think it's still kind of just testing the waters here, at least for Demon Kai, to see if he can get some snowball happening on the Fanny. But you know, again, you've only got the Fury Hammer right now. You definitely need to go ahead and scale up. They're still going to play into the whole game plan of let's let Demon Kai get to where he needs to be with the Trinity on this Claude. But I feel like even so, the fact that Innocent ran it back with a Freya, hold on, top side.
Concentration. Yeah, it's a Uranus. It doesn't really matter how much damage you have. In the early game, it's going to be really, really tough if it's a Fanny and an Esme. Though I will say, I think this is a double down by Innocent. Like, he's like, okay, I lost lane, which is pretty unacceptable on a Freya against a Claude, so I'm going to double down and go for vengeance. But, having said that, Doming has gotten all the gold grabs, bro.
Yeah. Doming very comfortable on this Claude pick right now. Looks like SRG wants to put their own pressure. Wow, Doming actually going to be forced out of the jungle on that side. They're going to have to fight for this purple buff.
Yeah, the RBM was used earlier. Now Tsunami Slam blocks this guy's down as he pops in a Phantom Steam, but now it goes in! Too much damage for Aurora Gaming Philippines to handle.
Wow, you can't blade and cable and cutthroat through that. When you've got Yums in the way blocking your path, a glorious pathway on top of it, plus a Revitalize. You saw how healthy they were, and then again, you're fighting into a Jushin here. So it's not favorable for Aurora Gaming. I mean, they just got pretty much dismantled in that fight. There was no winning moment for them there, and now for the second turtle of the game, it goes over to SRG, plus a whole ton of gold down in this bottom lane.
There's no way to sugarcoat it, Naisu. They got curb stomped in the previous purple buff battle. And it's because of Cram initially going in. Oh, great stun on Demon Kai. But it was because Cram baited out RWM.
Yeah. And this is why the panelists were sharing their sentiments. I mean, even Gideon himself was like, yeah, I'm surprised. Still went with a Fanny, despite a Hylos here too. Oh, hold on, Light. Is he actually going to pull the trigger? There's no way they do.
Wait, they go in, but it's onto Yums right now. Pops Glorious Pathway under turret. Demon Kai still able to go for the cables out again, but look at the tempo on the map. Aurora are forced back. Meanwhile, SRG, yes, they do lose Yums, but they can capitalize on this by taking gold crab for Innocent, by really pushing the tempo even more.
There you go. Innocent getting the gold crab.
Finally.
I didn't think they'd actually pull the trigger on that, but again, when you can Tsunami Slam over the wall, you might as well. And so interesting here. Innocent, Cram, they're on a 1 and 2. Stormy also. Look at this pressure once again. Purple buff.
Phantom Steed. This time Light doesn't have the Tsunami Slam, so it's going to be free. Demon Kai, there's no way he walks up, right? Yeah. Skies with the red tree secures the purple buff, and there is no threat of a trade. Turtle's up in 40. Demon Kai can only just go up top and look for farm in the side lane.
This is a feels bad, man, because Skies is like, all right, I'm not letting up anymore. Like, you got that first one, you took it away from me, and now you're not getting any of your buffs, Demon Kite. Yeah. And that's what's happening here. I mean, they're timing it perfectly when that purple buff does come up, and as you all know, you've seen it many times when the Fanny doesn't have the purple buff. It really makes it more difficult for Demon Kai here. Not impossible, but he is starting to fall even further behind. You can see him, he's 2 levels behind Sakai's right now. And that's just it's not a fun place to be, especially when that window of opportunity for a Fanny to approach this kind of composition that SRG has is so low. I mean, look at this. Oh no, they're taking everything.
Oh, the orange buff take, the green camp, every single thing, and even Cram earlier denying the minions. Forcing him back away now. Turtle will probably go to Selangor Red Giants, especially after Cram spots the Fanny going top again. It's a cut from Cram. And Skies is already going onto the Turtle right now. Edward getting poked as well. Purple buff will be up, so oh my god, Stormy 2v1!
2v1, Innocent as well, and Toman Kite just duking it out here, but the Turtle for the taking. They've got full control over it, and that's going to be 3 for 3 in the Turtles for SRG. I thought Demon Kai might try to pressure that purple buff from SRG, but Instead, he's like, let me at least get mine, but Glorious Pathway.
Again, over on Demon Kai finds a stun, or RWM in the back, but Innocent is able to jump in with Valkyrie's Descent. Now on to Doming, who's able to BMI out. That's going to be the Crimson Beacon from Stormy, now going to be lifting Edward up, throwing him back into the fray. Everybody following it up, but Edward gets a flicker out.
There is just nowhere for you to fight if you're Aurora into that composition. Demon Kai finally swung around. He's like, well, I'll at least take this purple buff, man. Yeah, at least. But you're seeing it happen here, and I'm not sure how long SRG can maintain this advantage when it comes to the team fights, especially when they're all clumped up, right? You would think this is the best. Oh, you've got an Eve on your side, you've got a Fanny, but you're seeing them. They just don't have enough damage to really kind of get through that pressure that is with this lineup from SRG mid lane. Getting that flicker out.
All right, that's it. Really good win there. Phantom Steed for flicker, but yeah. I think for Selangor Red Giants, they can continue this pace all throughout the game, really. Because Demon Kite, he has a purple buff, but he's going to go in, get stunned up by Yums earlier. And now the falling star move from Edward. Gets a shutdown down. And is Innocent now bobs in, but it's RWM coming down onto you as well. It's still Edward taking for free. Tsunami Slam purified out of. And Innocent wants to go for more. Demon Kite going to go back in, Blazing Duet, but Vengeance to respond to it.
Oh, they don't have enough firepower, even with a Blazing Duet from Doming Kite and Demon Kite. Going on through, you're just seeing how durable this lineup is for SRG, man. They're so tanky. Whole lot of defensive items here across the board as well. And that's just the struggle right now. That's the struggle for Aurora Gaming Philippines, and it's gonna be for that. It's gonna be that way for a while. Not only about getting these purple buffs, but getting the scaling that they need. Demon Kite, he's got Retribution. He's gonna use it.
Skies wasn't there, so it's gonna be free. But again, now, who's really going to burst the Uranus down? It's going to be Claude, for sure.
Yeah.
But we are quite far from that, I think.
It's going to be a minute and a half, probably, or at least a while here. I mean, you usually see that with the Claudes anyway. Usually they're able to get the Trinity before the 10-minute mark. Domikite should be close. But it's just, even so, like, even if he has those 3 items, if he has a Trinity locked in, it doesn't necessarily mean that they can just turn a fight in their favor. It's going to be difficult for them.
That's why earlier you saw the value that Innocent gets on the bench. Whoa! Now, Crimson Beacon just with Light walking up there. Innocent still holding the angle. No, Demon Kite's going to be there. There's going to be a knockup coming in as Demon Kite's able to go for the cables, but he's going to be caught! Oh, clutch! With the cable to actually get away. Sky's already using the Phantom Steed, and now he's going to be back on foot. Oh, Cram! With a dive under tier 2!
That was a big move, and they're still going for the Lord.
Innocent, Bomb and Vengeance going on to Doming, Blazing Duet, but it goes in through it. Innocent still climbing away against 2 members, still staying alive for a bit, but gets void blasted down. Skies goes back on a Phantom Steed, now on Barbiel. It's a free Lord as Cram is still able to dish out some damage up top. Edward all alone, isolated, and taken down by the horse.
This Jushin pick is paying dividends in that draft for SRG.
Whoa.
Oh, are they going to go for UA? UA? Okay, he's got Flicker, he's going to be fine, but the turret's going to fall in the tier 1. And that was just a great fight from SRG, man. Even for Cram, you know, that one we'll accept right there. That is 100% worth. Jump into the turret.
Whoa.
They got Demon Kite for the fight for the purple, though.
Demon Kite.
All right, he's got it, but man, dude, even if they have the purple buffs, it is just getting a little dicey here for Aurora Gaming Philippines. For this to work, they have so much ground to cover, now nearly 6,000 gold behind. It seems like those minor adjustments that were made for this composition from SRG from game 1 are really helping out. Oh no, Domikite.
Oh man, no damage whatsoever. Glorious Pathway now. Good falling star moon by Edward to stop them from going further. Now it's Demon Kite trying to get a bit more poking, but again with Skies and Cram there, especially with Skies on Barbiel, that ain't gonna happen. Doming gets it with a nature, so at least there's that. But right now the problem is they just don't have enough damage, and now you see why. Doming prioritized with a nature survivability over the corrosion side. Stormy just gets out with the Crimson Beacon, Phantom Steed coming down. You having to flicker out of the real world manipulation, canceling in, and now he doesn't have that.
Doesn't have that available. They are going to keep this Holy Defense shield up. There's no re-engage here from Aurora Gaming Philippines. They've just got to kind of buckle in and wait and get to the point where they have the itemization to really turn some of the tides of these fights. Because like you mentioned, Cram's doing a phenomenal job on this Uranus, playing up front, blocking a lot of things for them. And then Yums as well. Again, there's so much frontal threat. Oh no, Demon Kite.
Stun. Skies the Phantom Steed, and he gets the kill on Demon Kite. That's what we call the double horse on
That's a
Fanny
horse on
combo.
horse. That's 2 horses in one, man.
2 horses, 1 man.
That's man and horse.
But he's technically a half man, half horse, no?
Technically, there's.
So that's
It'd be like a human.
we're not good with numbers.
Yes, we're not great with numbers. But you get what we mean, right? That's a whole lot. Now they're gonna have to deal with this push into the base.
Uh-oh, like when it Graham again in the back, that was Stormy picking him up. It's a killing spree for Skies on Barbiel again. Barbiel has crazy stamina, man.
Oh, he's going and going and going, and right now, they get what they want, everything they want for SRG. And it just seems like this is almost in that situation. I hate to say it, but it's like, all right, go next for Aurora Gaming Philippines, because there just doesn't seem to be much that they can do. They're literally in the situation where it's like, you're playing for Dominkite. Well, even if Dominkite, now he gets the Corrosive Scythe. So he's delayed with the Trinity by about 3 minutes-ish plus. So that is not where you want to be. Again, he prioritized, right? He prioritized some defense because he had to deal with this, but it still puts them in a really tough position to even contest these objectives.
Exactly, and the initial delay for the Corrosion side was already a delay on the power spike. Now you're going to have to get Melfic Roar before you really start to deal damage, because you need penetration against these dudes, dude. You can't go through Uranus without penetration.
Hey, you need the penetration, all you can get, man. Right now, Lord secured. Not much that Aurora Gaming in Philippines wants to do aside from put Demon Kite on the other side of the map, let him push a little as you can, catch up what he can. Now, you have to go ahead and look at this lineup as they get ready for the base defense, right? Like, what is the actual potential here? Oh, no. Demon Kite, okay, he's just going to cable on out, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't know if he's actually going to be able to get out.
Oh, he gets it. The read on Demon Kite.
Oh, they're all catching up.
Oh, my God. Everybody on Demon Kite. Now it's 4 dudes on the Fanny.
They just played a relay race with Demon Kite.
Bro, what? What's up with them and Fanny, man?
I mean, they were there with opening arms for Demon Kite, man. That is not what you want to be. And now with 4 members of Aurora Gaming Philippines, they have to defend the base.
Oh my goodness. Crap dealt that much damage on the Claude. Now it's about to set over on Edward. A tank. A big knock. But Domin goes in for the Blazing Duet that does no damage. Flicker around as well. That's a Tsunami Slam.
Oh, Lord's still going to be worked on. They're still pushing in. They're defending for now, but can they end it?
Oh, Sky's going to go down. Edward's still there. Stormy with the pickup now, but it's getting the all in. Stormy bouncing, gives a big into it. Flickers in. Stormy going down. Oh my goodness. Now it's Steven coming to walk up again. Innocent against everybody. Innocent.
Oh, and they're still coming. Innocent's going to the full Valkyrie form.
What?
He's still alive!
Oh my goodness, he gets a double Cram now, going in again. That's probably going to be another base turret as Cram is still here alive, and there's no one who can take him down for now but Aurora. How did they defend and get 4 on top of that?
Oh man, Aurora Gaming Philippines somehow defends.
No.
I don't know, man. Some way, somehow.
Dude. It's just so sad. After that play, Demon Cat was like, finally a purple buff, he cables, and there's a small case. Like, damn it, man.
No.
Not even.
See, that's the... There's a benefit and a curse to being Uranus players out there, man. You're tanky as hell. Yeah. But the curse is you gotta watch majority of the times your team die. Because you're not dying, you know? It's kind of like having immortality. Like, you're gonna see everyone grow old and die. Well, unfortunately, that's the life. Yeah, no, that's deep, man, you know? Hey, fighting for the purple. Oh, Yuke's.
Yuke's able to find it now. RWM, they're all fighting for it, but Skies in the flag goes for the flag, and look at the combo! So much AoE! Now it's like to lose immortality as Demon Cat recalls like going down!
And Edward can only dance to the death of the team here. Demon Kite is up, but can 2v5 work?
Edward, he's trying his darn best, but there's 5 on him. Now it's a fatty again, who has to deal with 5 members of Selangor Red Giants. And they wipe Aurora Gaming Philippines out in game number 2. We are level on the board, 1-1.
I gotta say, man, SRG games just keep delivering. I don't know what it is, but I like to see it. 1-1 in the series against Aurora Gaming Philippines, and those minor adjustments that came through from the draft just
So has Aurora, and I'm sure that we're going to have fun. Nice, Miracle, let's go.
Welcome to
we
Mobile
are going,
Legends.
and I'll tell you what, this is dangerous grass. This is a dangerous lineup, man. I would say from SRG. I like what they did. They got the Hilda, They've got a couple of grounds
Oh!
covered. Whoa! That's what I'm.
Oh my
That's what I'm saying.
god.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is dangerous. You walk in, you never know. There's a sneaky Hilda in the bush, but the fact that they also got the regen means Yue will go down to Stormy. You have to respect the 100% win rate. Since Yue's regen was popped, he should have recalled, dude.
Dude, that's dangerous range too. That was what I was gonna get. I mean, look at.
Oh my goodness. Dude, Light, don't stay. Please, go home. Okay.
Yes, Light. That range from Zetian is
Oh.
pretty crazy.
Oh.
This is what we all experience now, especially on the buff. That
Oh my-
technically.
oh
What do you do? Like, how do you lane? How do you lane against that?
Maybe don't walk into the bush against a Hilda first level 1, and then recall after your regen gets popped, right? Like, there are 2 steps before that, or before we get to this position. But now that we're here, yeah, I don't know how they're gonna lane against the Zetian, dude. We were talking about instant prio, but if you get poked that much, there is no instant prio here for the Cho and the Eve.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude.
I mean, on top of it, like Gideon mentioned, you know, during the draft, one of the great things about the Zetian is you have that passive built in to kind of. Oh man, it just looks like they're playing
my God.
range everywhere. Oh, okay. He
For a
does.
second, I thought he had flicker because, damn, he's going in aggressive.
That's why I was saying this lineup is dangerous in itself, because SRG is able to go ahead and capitalize on a lot of that. And not to mention the amount of vision that this lineup gives them too. So what this means for Aurora Gaming Philippines is that they have to choose their windows of opportunity very crucially. And they got to be on point with it. They've got to be able to make it work. But because this early game pressure was already put onto them, they're not going to be able to contest this first turtle, as it's already secured up by SRG. And here comes the pressure in the jungle. Edward?
Stole away the purple buff. Light goes in for Zikudo, but Stormy's able to flick around, and he gets the kill too. Now throwing a ruin onto nothing, but they won already.
Nothing but air right now, Cram, though. He's going to wait for the Gleam to come up. You know, but that's the thing. That's what I was saying. Light goes in. He doesn't have a level 4 yet. Didn't burn the flicker either, but he just got destroyed as soon as he went forward. So, you know, one of those things that Aurora Gaming Philippines, I don't know, Yums, is he going to go for Domikite?
Yup, he wants to go for it. Oh my god, the Secret Vision as well! A Flickerada's Light goes in with Jikundo, but there's no way the Dragon now needs to be caught in the Zaman Force. He become the steed. Yum's able to Flickerada safety, but Innocent's now going to be caught all alone. Pops in a Purify, and now gets shredded back.
Oh, Innocent. What? Not going to be able to get away. He almost did. Light will take that kill secured for Aurora Gaming Philippines. So at least able to find something on the map here. They've been struggling. Oh, there it is.
Jikundo Flicker. That's Light giving the kill over to Domenkai. And finally, he has some space to breathe, dude. He's already 2 levels down on Innocent.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Is Domikite going to be able to get away? Okay. Very close.
Oh
hold
my
on.
god! They don't want to stop! Skies shoots Domenkai down with the arrow.
Domikite's just let me play, guys. I'm trying to get out of here. He had so much attention towards his lane, but that's exactly what you need to do if you're SRG. Put the pressure on Domenkite or elsewhere, because you have so many opportunities to be able to do that. You've got so much vision to play into. So now with this bit of a lead they built up, Turtle's going to be up at about 15. They'll be in a good position for that. And, you know, Aurora Gaming Philippines has to kind of go back to the drawing board with this lineup and just kind of slow down. Part of this lineup is allowing that scalability to happen because they're losing the range battle. A lot of this is because, you know, you have to rely on the Cho. Now that you're around level 4, you have a little bit of protection, of course, with UA's RWM. But they want to go and contest this turtle.
Look at the poke. Before the fight even starts, Light is already down to a quarter of health as Cram holds on to the turtle. Now Phantom Steed coming down for Demonkite, but it's going to be Cram zoning him away with the help of Yums. Bravest fighter from Edward. Doesn't get it down. Fury of the Phoenix, though. Yums throwing a ruin on Demonkite!
Oh, that was a great take. Dominicon and UA are here to set up. Yums might be able to actually get away. Still, Light goes under the safety of the turret, but second turtle goes in the hands of SRG. Oh no, this is tough. I don't think they're just forcing them to take the long route, man.
Yeah, Yums wants to stop the recall again, and he does! Light has to move. That was a feint from Yums. He didn't even know.
It's a dangerous Hilda, man. I'm telling you. Like,
It's the most annoying Hilda I've ever seen.
it's the way it's meant to be played. Yums is doing great work here, being a threat, especially on those, you know, those spaces around the jungle where Demonkite is trying to go ahead and try to get some vision or contest these objectives, but Yums providing so much information to SRG's lineup just kind of gives them an easy time to take objectives, and honestly, that's probably how the next Turtle's going to go as well. Aurora Gaming Philippines, in the meantime, have to go ahead and play into pick off potential. The problem with that is, like I said, who are you going to pick off? Well, most of the time, you're going to have to try to make a play either in the gold lane, because trying to find out either Yooms or Stormy and get through that passive is hard enough. So that's why Light has to just kind of protect Dominkite and pick off Innocent if you can, but then you also have a Purify there.
So that's the rapid boots for Dominkite, and he actually went Hunter Strike. So no Sky Piercer yet, and it makes sense. Demon, oh my lord, that is a tilter. Phantom Steed used after, what, 2 shots on a Mountain Shocker. Innocent in the bottom lane winning hard in this matchup as well. This ain't looking good for the Northern Lights.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, man. You're losing on all fronts right now if you're Aurora Gaming Philippines, and you can kind of see it in the way that they're moving around the map, some of the decisions that they're making, and SRG knows to continue to put the pressure where they can. Dominkite isn't falling too far behind in terms of levels or anything, but it's more so of, what can this lineup actually do at this portion of the game, and it's just not too much yet. So it's kind of more of a survival strategy for Aurora right now. This last Turtle of the game's coming up. Selangor Red Giants will go ahead and swing on forward. It looks like Aurora still wants to go ahead and show face here, but Dominkite less than half health.
Yep.
It'll be really hard to pull off.
Yooms is 1v1ing there. Light, oh, he goes for the way of the dragon earlier with Zikuno as well, but he couldn't find it. Now with the Throne of the Ruin and the Fury of the Phoenix, Dominkite's zone. Yooms again giving it the kill. At least they're able to pick up a kill back on Skies, but Dominkite's zone completely away.
Zoned away, and Edward falls in exchange. That Turtle's going to be there to take Dominkite, and Light trying to get away, but Cram and Yooms are there, and Dominkite falls for the second time in the game as a third Turtle is secured for SRG.
The Red Giants are just stomping through Aurora Gaming Philippines. Skies died there, and still, they weren't able to win it out. Innocent, perfect Turtle. Light goes in, wants to go for the Jikuno, but he has to remember Stormy has the passive, and Yooms is right there. Dominkite to walk in, man! Hilda going for the damage against Stormy, able to survive! And now it's Light going in, he has enough damage! Stormy will fall, Light going to be taken low, and he actually does get away. But man, for the price of Dominkite, and now he dies as well!
Oh, Light's trying to run, but Yooms is locked on target, and Light will survive. But yes, they lost Dominkite for Stormy. And Dominkite is who Aurora Gaming Philippines has to kind of rely on to have a chance in the late game here. Right now, you're looking at, man, look at the difference in the gold lane.
Nice, Sue. It's becoming a problem now. Why? Because look at Dominkite. You know Sky Piercer. He's like, yeah, nah, that ain't working. I need more damage right now because if I don't farm, I won't even have enough bullets to get those executions.
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to see a Sky Piercer at all. If we do, maybe
probably, yeah.
Second to last item or last item, if somehow Aurora Philippines gets control of this game. But right now, from the start, it has been no control at all. They just kind of, they're on the roller coaster of SRG, and they've just buckled in, basically. Like, it's really difficult to make this composition work because of just what is provided with the range, the vision, and everything else like we mentioned for SRG. So for Aurora, they're almost in this moment where it's like, all right, Dominkite will protect you with everything we have, and hopefully that Granger will scale up. Same thing with Eve. I mean, Eve can also scale up pretty well. We've seen some great Eve RWMs change the tide of these games or team fights. But so far, there's been no chance around objectives, and this Lord's coming up in 10. They have no turrets on the map. They're absolutely...
Hellcurt, what?
Whoa! I didn't know we had a Hellcurt.
Dark Knight Falls.
Oh, hold on.
This could be.
This could be.
The Undertaker? I don't know. What else? What else can we hint at when it comes to this, All right. Hey! Don't you worry, folks. This is what we call...
What do we call this?
Sometimes you just gotta go blank.
Sometimes you gotta
just
blank.
the way the screen went. Oh, Innocent!
Innocent, wonder what he's doing.
Look at those fingers, man. He's going in. He
looks like he's
tapping on the Harith.
That's definitely a Zound 4 somewhere.
How's life?
How's life going, Oh, wait.
Lord slain by someone!
Who got the Lord? I don't know if they're... Well, you know what? We can just take a breather here, man.
We can take a breather.
I don't think the players are.
Okay, they're smiling, so it should be Selangor Red Giants.
Yeah. Selangor Red Giants must have the Lord. Okay, so...
Okay. And it seems like Selangor Red Giants is going to go through it. I don't know, 5,000 gold lead before
That happened.
went to the Hellcurt Ultimate, Dark Knight Falls. Someone turn on a torch on the phones, you know, because like usually that's how you.
Come on, we can make something happen here. Right now, I mean, they're still in the game, so.
Oh, lights looking at. Yeah.
Based on this, it looks like Aurora's on the defense. Like, they're going to have to defend here. If that really was that Lord secured, Mirko, I mean, this is tough to really see what's going on, but.
Yep. Trying to find out what's going on right now.
Okay, yeah, we see the items. Gold, but that's about it, man. The Lord went to SRG, it looks like.
Does look like Dominkite is actually, going to ignore the Sky Piercer completely, by the way. He goes straight for the Sea Halberd after the Malefic Roar. So it's really all about putting in more damage here to deal with Selangor Red Giants'
UA is dead right now. It looks like they traded somehow. Yums and Innocent are dead, from what we can at least see here. And again, we're kind of looking behind us, guys, and unfortunately, we're gonna have to
dead
wait
too.
Yeah, for this the technical difficulties to get set up here because Yums is up. There's Innocent. Everybody's back up. I'm not sure. They must have just cleared the Lord out, man. I'm assuming. I'm assuming they got the Lord cleared. They probably had a base defense.
Aurora just used all their ultimates. They're going to go in, I think.
They must be.
Big fight ensues.
You know, I almost wish we had game sounds too, so we could. Unfortunately, we don't have game sounds either, guys, right now. So
please be patient with us, boys. We're working through this right now. We got a technical issue.
All right, some items.
Oh, we're back.
We have a transition here.
We got the fans in the building.
Oof. Well, are the players still playing? I mean, behind us, we lost the information that we had.
Okay.
They are still playing, man. Can we get a camera behind the players?
Can we understand what Doming, like, expression-wise? How do you play Granger when you get? We're back, folks.
We're going back to the game, and ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being patient. Here we go.
We're back.
13 minutes in. Where are we here? Okay.
12 minutes in, about to be 13. Lord was already taken earlier. No baser is taken, but the top side baser is already really low. And SRG still have a 6,000 gold lead, so they built 1K over the course of the few minutes we were gone.
All right. Lord is up. SRG still in control. Nothing changed. I mean, that was quite the long ultimate from Hellcurt. That's not even in the game, but hey, we're back. Aurora seems to somehow defend their base turrets at least, but now they're going to have to do it again with Lord secured here for SRG. So we'll see. I don't know if they bought enough time, man, because, you know, part of this was, where's the scaling for Dominkite? Is he going to be able to catch up? It looks like he did pick up the Sky Piercer, though. So after he went the Hunter Strike, Sea Halberd, and the fifth item, he goes the Sky Piercer. And if they hold on long enough, maybe that Sky Piercer, once it gets some stacks, might be able to change some of these fights.
See, the thing I would love to see right now is Dominkite's actual stacks. Not the Sky Piercer stacks, but how many bullets he has, because the way Selangor Red Giants have been playing the entire game, it really feels like they've already taken out the biggest threat of a Granger in the late game, which is the scaling. He's died 3 times. He was denied so much gold. He's 2 levels down on enemy gold lane.
Well, we'll see if this actually plays a part. They're going to be able to clear out that mid lane, but they still have to deal with the Lord up top.
Yeah, they're going to crack this open now with the help of the Lord charge. And that's about it for now. Aurora Gaming Philippines did a good job clearing out mid and bot, and now for SRG, they're going to have to wait for the next waves to come through. Lord will be cleared for free. Dominkite getting those stacks. You can already see them trying to funnel as much of those stacks to Doming.
Mid-wave push, Dominant Force drop down. They're going to initiate here. It looks like Edward taking a brunt of the damage, but they'll clear out the waves and maintain the mid-base turret. So Aurora Gaming Philippines, despite being down 7,000 gold, SRG still respecting what the potential could be there. We've seen it before where you fumble a 7,000 gold lead or 10,000 gold lead and things turn around. So right now they want to take the discipline route, keep it safe if they can, but it looks like Mount Sharker is going to be used. And still, it's just Aurora Gaming trying to scrap up what they can. And Antique Crevasse now picked up for Light. Maybe going to make his, maybe it'll allow him to stay alive a little bit longer once he's trying to get those kicks off. But also, there's a whole lot of now magic damage and penetration that SRG is able to utilize because of the fact that you have the Divine Glaives to worry about. And even that Holy Crystal Divine Glaive over here for the rest of the lineup. Now a little bit more defensiveness for SRG as well.
Let's take a look at the items here. Okay, so Innocent's already fully built up as well, and somehow, again, Domenkite, it's through those waves and the lures that they were given that they are able to actually climb back up, because I think it was a bigger lead earlier for Innocent, probably because he also died. So he's building towards that last item, and I don't know if that's Blood Wings? I assume it is Blood Wings.
Blood Wings. Yeah, maybe potentially Blood Wings. Not sure what else he would want to go here on the Harith. But nonetheless, you got quite a bit of scaling. I mean, even looking at Cram, he's got a Guardian Helm plus the Ice Queen Wand to go ahead and help slow down the members of Aurora Gaming Philippines once he jumps on in. He's tanky enough to just soak up a lot of damage. So this Alice might be a problem. And that's why Light's job right now is pretty difficult. You know, he's got to be able to go ahead and find a way, not just to find a way, but also provide the information that's needed here, because we are seeing how difficult it is for Demonkite as well to make use of this leaderboard. He's been such a strong hero pick throughout the M7 World Championship right now, but it looks like they want to go ahead potentially contest this if they can find the angle they're looking for. Light's swinging on around.
Whoa.
It's going to be a reset on the Lord, though.
Yeah, look at Yums. Aurora trying to get control over the Lord. They're actually going to be able to take the aggro, but Yums gets a really good flank here in the behind. That's the amount of shots coming down, and Yums has a position on Domenkite. Fear the Phoenix coming down, and it's the Skies Mountain Shocker!
Domenkite is gone in an instant, and now Aurora's on the run. But with those 2 kills as Yue fell as well, SRG gives the call. They want to push down the bottom lane.
That's the problem when you play a clean front to back. Yums doesn't care, and it cancels out the recall of Demonkite. What a read by Yums! And there's no way Demonkite can go for the 1v1 here. It's gonna be Innocent jumping into Zaman Force over on Edward. He's trying to buy some time. Light doing a good job at forcing the minions to the mid-turn, but he will fall.
Oh, they clear out the minions so they stay a little bit longer. Demonkite still being chased down, and he just wants to buy enough time. You have Edward still alive, but can he delay this further?
Now it's Innocent again. Zaman Force coming down. Edward already used the Bravest Spider. He's going to go down. And Selangor Red Giants are a game away from etching their names, their region, into the history books.
SRG came out swinging once again in this Game 3 against Aurora Gaming Philippines, and they made it look so good. Just a great performance. Again, synergy as well on display here from SRG. And you can see
To history with Mirko and Naisu to help tell the story.
Welcome
I
to
would be
Mobile
trembling
Legends.
as well, going against the Patrick Star in a potentially last match here.
Oh my God,
Oh,
it's him.
It's
It's him.
What better way to get to the grand final for the first time for Malaysia with that skin, best skin in the game now, Mirko.
Oh my God, Skies, no way. This is dirty. Dirty, you pick up the glue and you go level 1 invade.
Oh, he's
Yums
doing
gonna
it.
go for it as well. He's gonna bait out the Retribution. Demonkite with the Red Tree already. They don't know it's happening. Grand Theft Orange level 1. Skies gets stunned up by Light. So at least there's a bit of, oh my God.
He's able to get away.
Okay. But now what happens? Where does Demonkite go? Because he's cooked either way. He just goes lethal. He knows he's cooked. There's no orange buff.
He knows it, so he's going to go ahead and just keep things under control, right? He's just going to go ahead and just admit, all right, I lost my orange buff. I'll let it be. Sakai's, though, great start. You know, going into Demonkite's jungle, you can expect that. Again, this is kind of what you want to do anyway. You're the YSS, you're moving a little bit faster than the Fredrin, and you're just going to have to deal with it. So Aurora Gaming, with this kind of lineup, as we look at the emblems here, this is something similar to what we've seen in the past, right? This combination with the Fredrin and the Kimmy specifically works really great. The traction pulse plus the amount of crowd control that this lineup has. Also, mind you, the Yuzhong first pick, the priority here for Edward, could change these early skirmishes that might even break out before the first turtle. As you can see, just how much focus right now is allowing Demonkite to get his side of the jungle after losing that orange buff.
Yeah, but Skies, this is a 3-buff start. He might be level 5 by the time the turtle spawns here. He hasn't even taken the green camps up top. Yeah, he's taking it slow. Doesn't look like they're in any rush. Domeng, wow, for the 1v1 over on Innocent, but this could be the gank up top with the Mountain Shocker as well. Domeng, did he make the wrong call? It's a free kill on Skies. Almost a trade, but Innocent stands tall.
Okay, he stands tall. The fight for the turtle, they're going to go for it anyway.
What?
Whoa! Edward is slain by Stormy. Yes, they'll get the turtle for Aurora Gaming, but you lost 2 in the exchange.
Make it 3 if the purple buff counts as well. Skies with Rectory, and he gets it despite it being a bit short.
What just happened? I mean, the aggression from Domenkite, maybe he just wanted to go for the solo kill, but then, you know, with a flicker down, by the way, he then gets caught in the lane. They make a play up top. I'm surprised at how fast Edward even went down, but that's the damage like this from Stormy.
Uh-oh, the pullback into feathered airstrike range. Edward 0-0.
Dude, Stormy is locked in. He got his Farsa. The Prodigy right now on this pick is just making it happen. 2-0 right now early on. You're scaling already in good control of the early game. SRG has everything happening across the map. Think about it. It started in the jungle with Sakai's taking the buff, continuously putting pressure on Demonkite. You're winning the lane up top. You're winning bottom. You're gonna go again. Oh, Edward.
Great read on the Fierce Dive, but again, it's gonna be the all-in onto him. 0-3 is it, Edward? Will fall again. The turret juggle is perfect from Selangor Red Giants, and they've taken the dragon out of the equation.
The Dragon, Agent Zero, Mr. Consistent, throw all the names out there. SRG is handling him. Innocent might be next.
Traction Pulse, now to Purify out. Glorious Pathway coming down as Innocent pops into the Force, but he's going to be stunned up, and that's going to be the Chain CC for Domeng to at least get a kill back. But look at the turret down below. SRG took it.
They had to get something, man. Aurora Gaming Philippines cannot let this continue to happen on all fronts of the map. And so at least they make a play there. They have to go ahead and kind of slow this down. The Giants literally are already coming into this game, trampling around, taking what they want, and they continue to do so. Edward's gonna have to play catch up.
Whoa.
Oh man, he's got a bottom.
Oh my goodness. Look at that Stormy.
All right.
Flickers in, what a risk taker.
He's risk taking because he's ahead like the way he is, man. Fight for the turtle.
Cram's gonna go in, that's the way the Dragon is zone him away, and the mount down as well from Patrick, aka Cram. It's an all-in over on Demonkite. Big bonk on Yums. Domeng able to get the shot down. Traction pulls. Cram pulls back in, and he's gonna go down to Yue.
Oh, Edward. All right, he pops the Black Dragon for him, but I don't think there's gonna be any follow-through, just checking things out. They want to go ahead and get this extra gold off this top turret. So with that, that's a great swing back in favor of Aurora Gaming Philippines, but it's not in there entirely just yet. But that will be some crucial gold and pickups that they needed to go into the right hands here.
Gold's back to level on the board. Domenkite with the gold crab here. Certainly it will be, whoa! 1,000 gold lead for Domenkite in the gold lane.
Dude, he knows that he's going to be a big part of turning this around. Look at that early first item. Chastised Pauldron picked up now for Demonkite. Starlium Scythe over here for Innocent.
Whoa.
And this, oh no, Yums.
Jikundo on the way to Dragon now. Over on Domeng for the air shake coming down. The lethal ignition is taken, and Yums takes him out. That 1,000 gold lead was too much. SRG said no.
No, not today. Yums, I gotta say, man, his play-making ability throughout this series have been so good. Edward, okay, he's gonna get away. But look at this, tier 2 turret.
Oh my God.
Nearly gonna be knocked down. Actually will fall here, and Aurora will lose more crucial real estate on the map right now. This kind of lineup too needs some time to cook, but SRG's not giving them that many opportunities. Oh, Glorious Pathway just to force Stormy out of here, man. Stormy, like I said, I don't know what he had for breakfast today, but he is locked in throughout the series. And even though he's 2-0, I mean, think about how much damage he's doing. I'm not sure if we're going to get to see the damage meter just yet, but he's definitely at the top. Feathered Airstrikes are hurting. There is a Sky Piercer now locked in for Domenkite. Much earlier this time in this game than the last one. So we'll see if he's able to build up the stacks that he needs here.
It really is going to be all on Domeng and Yue. Because Demonkite with the Chastised Pauldron, you know exactly what's going to happen here. They're all just going to be peeling for the backliners. The thing is, though, SRG can attack from so many different angles, and your front line is going to be brought to SRG's burst or away from the backliners of Aurora. Yums in the front, Demonkite with a two-man taunt now onto Cram and Yums, but it's Cram popping into pass. Now goes in for the slam. Over on Demonkite, puts the stacks on him. Remember, he can go for the mount down on him. So that's a big problem. Black Dragon form already used. Turtle gonna be very, very low, but Cram pops in a pass again. Sky's gonna be zoned away by the Black Dragon form as Yums rotates over. Appraiser's Ram with Retribution secures the Turtle. But it seems SRG don't even want to fight.
That's quite interesting that they didn't want to. I guess they just didn't have the favored position that they wanted, because they definitely could have started the fight, but they end up giving over that turtle, essentially allowing Aurora Gaming Philippines to buy a little more time. The purple buff is up. Yums is there providing that information, but they'll actually be able to secure this one. Demon Kite getting a little bit more tanky. Now Glorious Pathway dropped down. They're going to chase down Stormy.
No flicker earlier, the peel coming through, but Stormy's going to be gunned down by Yue. And now it's Cram looking for the play onto Light. Not going to happen. Innocent in the bottom lane.
Okay. Right now, Aurora Gaming Philippines is choosing these little ones across the map, giving Demon Kite some confidence to go ahead and start invading this side of the jungle if he can, forcing Sakai's back. But looks like they go for it. Yum's in trouble, can't get away, it's too much. Crowd control, and there you go, a kill going to Demon Kite.
Big stack. It's just 10, but it's a build right now for Aurora. It's a slow build for them. If they can constantly get these small wins, it will build up. That 10 stacks will help him execute even more, and the gold lead now is back to 1,000 between the gold laners, despite the fact that Innocent was sent down below to soak in as much farm as possible.
Yeah, oh man. You can see this too, it just, the way that things started for SRG is not the case anymore. Aurora Gaming Philippines really itemized for that. They now have got a couple of defensive magic items as well. Aegis over here for Edward, he's dealt with the brunt of the early game struggles, so he's going to be able to survive some of that damage from Stormy, and then also you have the Radiant Armor now for Demon Kite too. So, and a Malefic Roar over for Demon Kite, so that's why his damage is starting to be felt by those front lines, especially when Yums tries to set things up, or Cram, for example. So, it's a good adjustment for Aurora Gaming. They still have a lot to cover. Wow, look at the... What? This is what I'm talking about, man. After that Malefic Roar was picked up, even Cram has to be a little careful in how he approaches this.
Yeah, okay, so Cram only has the Cursed Helmet and the Brute Force Breastplate, so now we understand why it's doing so much damage. There's literally only a Brute Force Breastplate with, again, minimal physical defense versus the Malefic Roar of the Granger. Demon Kite in this position. Divine Blade picked up, though, for Stormy.
Okay, Lord's up here, half health right now. Cram making his way as well. SRG and full force, traction pulse.
Only onto Cram, slam, pass, and for the airstrike coming down to the UA right there, but he's able to escape. Now as the sun comes in and Doming is able to get the shot now, petrifying the Pierce dive now, as Sky's going to be able to get the peel from Yum. He's able to go for the traces now as Innocent jumps around with his Amon Force on Light.
Oh, Light's going to be in trouble. He's trying to get away with the rest of the team. They're so low here, but Cram leading the charge. Does Yum go forward? No, they trade it out again. As Stormy went down, Lord secured though by Aurora Gaming Philippines, and another stack to Demon Kite.
I've never seen a Dragon go 0-3 and be this useful, bro. Edward is having an amazing performance despite the early deaths. Yes, it looks bad in KD, but over the course of the last 3 team fights, he's been more useful than Cram on the glue, which is surprising.
That is the nature of XP laners. Glorious Pathway dropped down. Okay, Demon Kite won't catch him with the Energy Eruption, but as I was saying, man, the XP laners, that's their job. I feel like they are the ones getting pushed around, beat up a lot in these matches, but still, the use of them is really what it comes down to. So even if you have a rough start, you can still be quite useful for a team. This Lord's going to go ahead and charge in up top. A good check with that Feathered Airstrike, so that turret actually might not go down unless that... Okay, that Lord doesn't get that last swing in. So not too much off the Lord, but what it does do, essentially, is allow Aurora Gaming this window. They might even just go for a Tier 1 turret as they do. They know they don't want to take these fights just yet. It's more so about opening the map, getting that real estate to move around the map.
3 turrets left and right. Aurora Gaming Philippines really punishing Selangor Red Giants for, I would say, hesitating a couple of times during the turtle fights. Again, not wanting to go in, not wanting to take the risk, wanting to build on their lead further instead. And it has only given Aurora more time to scale up. With a Granger and a Kimmy, that's a problem. And again, SRG, even if Cram goes for the mount down now, they don't actually have enough damage to burst through the Fredrin.
This is why the power spikes are always so important. Oh, whoa.
Skies? What? Walks up alone and he gets caught for it. Everything used. Fury Side Petrify a taunt as well. What was... Did he just get the wrong info? Why was Skies there?
I don't know if he just didn't have the info. Yeah, he went in, getting caught blind here. He's going to lose his purple buff.
Oh my god. Still able to get out with his Amon Force, but that's a big ultimate burn down as Cram goes in over on Demon Kite, but there's again not enough damage to take the Fredrin down, and Edward is now picking up turrets on the right. Tier 2 falling for free.
Being useful as can be. He also has a chastised pauldron now too. So he's got his grounds covered a little bit. Little feathered airstrike drop down. They want this tier 2 turret.
Get cancelled by Light on the feather airstrike in the bottom lane. It's a 1v1 between the XP laners. But again, in the mid lane, it is a free turret to Aurora. They just keep on getting these freebies.
Mirko, it's surgical is what Aurora Gaming Philippines is doing. They knew they had to play from behind, especially in the early game. They've made the adjustments up to this point. They put themselves in a very good position to go ahead and take this Lord and start marching towards a potential Game 5. It's still early. SRG can still turn a fight around. They have everything they need. You can see the positioning here. It's all about that target acquisition. Light's going to go ahead and spot them out, so that's not going to happen for SRG. The fight for the space around the Lord is going to break out here. Half health right now for this Lord.
Stormy is still in the mid lane, though. He's trying to deal with the wave in the bottom lane, but I feel like that wave is going to push back anyways.
What's going to do here?
Right, so yeah, he ends up just having to rotate, but he's going to be late. Gives with the wave of the dragon, locking him down. Skies goes in, but a Petrify locks him out and one! Steals the Lord! And he goes on Skies now. He's able to get the Rose Gold in time, but Edward wants the 1v1, and Skies? Traceless isn't forward. Yu is going to go for the chase in Skies. He's trapped all alone against 3. It'll be Edward who walks up and he gets the kill onto Skies.
Skies goes down, Yooms as well, and Edward secures the Lord. And now Aurora Gaming Philippines, with a massive swing in favor, will head to the base of SRG. They still have a great defense, but can they keep it together?
Let's see, the feather airstrike coming down on UA. He's able to flick around on the glorious pathway as Light gets mounted down and brought back into the crystal, but Innocent's holding it.
And they go, Light's in trouble. Palm of the Revitalize, they still have to fight. Yooms is back up.
Innocent doing so much damage. Light's gonna be taken down. Cram again now. Solo Domain looking for the shot. Can't find the last one. Yooms. G Kundo forward. Selangor Red Giants defend their base, but it costed them 2 big structures.
It was messy and bloody, but still SRG will stay in this game. They lost a lot of the base turrets, holding on to just one. But Aurora Gaming Philippines just showing, you know, if they want to go for a fight, they're able to go ahead and take it. If they want to find the round, the objectives now, they can take that as well. More physical defense here for Demon Kite. He's been nearly unkillable. Yeah, he lost some of his jungle in the early game, but there's been no answer to deal with Demon Kite. Edward as well, he's got defensive items enough now to just kind of throw himself forward, and that is all allowing Kite. Domain Kite the space. Oh, there's the energy eruption.
Oh no, Cram's gonna be left all alone. He pops in a pass and flickers out. That means it's 2 battle spells, Naisu.
Yeah.
Down.
2 battle spells out of the equation right now. Now they still have plenty of time before that Lord comes up, so those battle spells should be available, but the cooldowns on the ultimates are going to come up faster. You can count on Aurora Gaming Philippines to try to potentially get a pick off. You can see the difference here between the lanes. A Holy Crystal now online and available for UA, so he is going to hurt even more. But look at the difference in the gold lane. Innocent has definitely struggled on this Harith pick in being able to be utilized with the fights. Mostly dropping down the Zaman Force in these fights, trying to turn the tide, but it just seems like a big portion of the damage has been pretty much handled with defensive items. Yooms providing that vision on Light. Just going to check things out. They want to go ahead and take this purple buff.
And the control is gone for Selangor Red Giants. It's Aurora Gaming Philippines who are occupying the map. The map's blue. The 16-minute mark of game number 4. From the start, it really looked like, okay, it was going to be Selangor Red Giants' game for sure, right? A level 1 orange buff take. Oh, another airstrike onto Domeng. Now Sky's going to go for the chase as well. An instant flicker from Domeng. He saw the invisible Cho, and he reacted. Now that's an even bigger spell to lose out before a Lord fight. Your main man.
Oh, man, that's actually big to not have that flicker available. And you can't just wait a minute and a half for it to be back up.
Nope.
So now Domain Kite, they're going to be pressured into this fight. Once again, where's Yooms and Sakai going to go here? Light is also on this part of the map.
Stormy
going to get caught here. He's going to, oh, is Light going to actually go for the stun?
He's going to go for a stun. Where does Stormy go? He's able to flicker out, but again, that's what they were looking for. They were only just trying to look for the flicker. It was just a feint. It was a threat right there.
They like, Domain Kite doesn't have his, now Stormy doesn't have his flicker.
Yes, sir.
It's fine.
Now it's level.
Oh, right now, though, Lord still up. Half health. Demon Kite holding it up alongside Cram. What are they going to do here? Stormy as well. Joining the fight. Sakai's still off on the wings in the mid lane. They're going to have to force something here.
Black Dragon form as well. Demon Kai still holding on to the Lord. This looks really, really good. And again, the zoning coming in from Edward as he jumps in with a Petrify as well. It's an all-in over the skies as Cram's able to survive, but he goes in for the mount down.
Edward gets kicked, but he goes to the back line.
Edward will fall. That's Yums on the G Kundo, and the Feather Air's trying to follow it through Yums. Able to flicker around, Light Pop, Cinder, Revitalize. And Aurora got what they sought out for. They got the Lord.
As I said, both XP laners are the punching bags for the teams here, as is. They both go down, they're both traded out, but Aurora Gaming Philippines gets the advantage. Lord making its way down that mid lane as Yums takes the flying cloud, and now SRG on the defense. Can they clear this out once more?
Man, that traction pulse force Innocent to go for the Saman force, and now it's going to be big again. Innocent going to be caught in the taunt, has to purify out of it. The mobilization used as well. Yums in the back line, able to go for the amount of shocker landing on Light. Yums! Cancel out by the taunt of Demon Kai! And a big bomb with the Appraiser's Wrath to shut him down.
A great attempt from Yums to make something happen, but it still does allow SRG into the game, and they haven't lost the last base turret just yet. Can they clear this out still? Aurora Gaming Philippines might still look to punch it in.
The pace is down to half HP. Skies' Rose Gold Meteor gets procced by Domenkite on the Granger. And now that he has Flicker, I don't think Selangor Red Giants can get to him, dude.
Ooh, Domenkite has all the space in the world to work with too, man. I gotta say, Aurora Gaming Philippines has done a great job at providing that space and protecting and peeling for Domenkite. This is now and has been a game of resources, right? The battle spells, the ultimates on both sides, but SRG is still showing that even at this point, almost 20 minutes into this game 4, that there's still potential for them to turn around these team fights. It's more so not having all those battle spells down or those ultimates used too early on. This purple buff is going to be taken over. Sakai knows that he's not going to see this for a while, so it's more so of just what can they get? What can they get around the map? How can they continue to build up? Nearly item locked over on both sides. Still working on some of those last items, but man, you gotta respect what SRG's lineup is still capable of doing here.
Immortality for Yum, so he wants to go for more of those plays, but this time he's just like, even if I don't get it, I want to bait more resources. I want to make Aurora Gaming Philippines think a bit more. And again, for Aurora Gaming Philippines right now, the advantage that they got, the turret up top, it's so unfortunate that the Lord has spawned the top twice now. So again, they can't really utilize the far lane. Selangor Red Giants can still clear it out. It's just Stormy needs to be decisive, brother.
Yeah.
Last time, he went bottom lane, even though it was going to push back to Aurora Gaming Philippines, and that's why Aurora punished instantly.
And I mean, look at this, like, almost expect Aurora to potentially try to catch Stormy, or if it just means another flicker being used. Because obviously with this Lord being evolved, it's going to take a little bit longer for this dance to kind of break out here, but Aurora is going to get in position, and SRG will go ahead and clear out that bottom wave. They got to manage these waves and get ready to fight. A Divine Glaive picked up for Cram here. Nearly half health on the Lord. Once again, very similar positioning.
8-3-4 stacks.
8-3-4 stacks for Domenkite right now.
Yeah, those bullets are not going to run out, man.
Whoa.
Yums, oh my god, he gets away the dragon! Straight into the mountain chugger, Skies! What a timing by Skies!
Domenkite is gone, and the fight still breaks out. Stormy falls too!
Innocent still able to survive right now. UA goes in, and it's going to be Demon Kite going up over on Yums, going for the stab, and Yums will fall to Demon Kite!
And they're still going. Cram separated from the team on the run, and Aurora's going to hunt him down.
Prime, can he run? He takes a turret shot. UA is getting him down, and it will be a slow, painful death, and he falls in the end. Sky's in the mid lane trying to save this game. He clears out the wave. What do Aurora do? They see a wave up top.
They've got a wave up top to walk in, and Sakai's is left alone for a little bit longer. Aurora, can they end it here?
Mountain Shocker coming down, Light unable to get the stun. UA in the mid lane already clearing it out, but there's a big wave up top that's going to be used. No glorious pathway. Skies able to trace this away. Pops in Mountain Shocker. Now again, it's going to be Sky. Change CC down. He buys the immortality, but the base is wide open, and Aurora Gaming Philippines will take us to a game 5.
We wouldn't have it any other way for a spot in the grand finals of the M7 World Championship. We need 5 games, we get 5 games.
It's for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last game of the evening. We've had a hell of a series, and now it's come down to this, a game of 5 to get to the grand final. Will it be the first ever for the Malaysians to make it an M-Series grand final, or will it be Aurora to make it their way to be the first Filipino team in M7 to get to the grand final spot? Here we are, it's me, Naisu, and Mirko to bring you this game 5.
And either way, Naisu, what a story. The first Malaysian team to make it to a World Championship, or Aurora Gaming Philippines, a team coming into this tournament with a narrative of the chokers, the ones who always fail when it matters most, the one that finally gets to shine the brightest in the world stage.
Be massive either way, man. The story couldn't be better for either team to make it through, and you know, to even go through this draft and bring an Akai, for example, a utility hero that doesn't get picked up pretty much at all. But because of the way the draft and the bans went, and because there was a really hard focus on Demon Kite's utility picks, he goes to the Akai. And you always have to remember, like, this hero alone could either work for your team or against it.
Okay. I thought it was going to be a big miscalculation there, not hitting level 4, but he ends up getting the XP crab anyways, so really, it's all good. Emblems-wise, I don't think there's anything too crazy here, right? Yeah. It really looks like just the standard stuff. The Impure Rage for Demon Kite, I guess he's just thinking there's not going to be any invades, he's going to be fine because he's up against a Leomord, not an assassin, right? Skies, Phantom Steed over on Light, has the Flicker, will use it, and now Phantom Steed is down, so Aurora have a chance.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Even though the Flicker was used by Light, Turtle's up, Demon Kite's going to go ahead and start it up. Cram hitting that level 4 too, so they'll get in position for the first Turtle of the game, but without a Phantom Seed, this might be a little difficult.
And all in over on Humes, Fury of the Phoenix coming down, 4-man stun as well. Cram now from the side, pops in the current call, does a bit of damage over the Demon Kite, but the red tree is there for him to claim Turtle 1.
It's all they need, clean and steady right now. First objective secured. Nothing too fancy with this kind of lineup. That's not what you're going to see here. Now for SRG, they might be the ones to be a little more aggressive because of the fact that they brought the Leomord in play, plus they have the Zetian that they can rely on. And again, Innocent, going on this hero that he's played so many times, is able to go ahead and scale up really well on this Claude. The same can be said for Demon Kite. There was a thing, you know, back in the MPL Philippines, he was the best Harith in the league, and probably the best still. So this is such a great matchup, you know, that Harith, that Claude, that we've been seeing so much throughout the Swiss stage. And even now, even though he was kind of slept on a little bit in the beginning stage of the knockouts, Claude is still a menace to deal with. And so with that, again, you're just going to see a whole lot of poking back and forth. You know, this is a little bit different too, because we've seen so much of Cho, for example, where you're playing around that level 4, the Kaleas, right, the pick-off potential.
He's going to be caught on the Raging Sandstorm there. Good timing by Doming. They're actually waiting around the BMI, and he actually gets the resets too. So I'm not even sure if Innocent actually got the gold crab, but he lost that on Purify, and now he's low.
Yeah, he's low right here. He's going to have to rely on SRG just in case they need to support him up here in that gold lane. But Doming Kite fine, unless they go for something else. SRG might be looking for a play elsewhere. They still have 30 seconds for that turtle to be up. Demon Kite, again, tanky enough. One of the players that still really likes to lean towards utility junglers if they can. I mean, we saw a really good kind of back and forth between the utility compositions, but teams were still pretty much, I would say, like almost 80% of the time, maybe 90% of the time, pick up assassin junglers. Demon Kite, a specialist, I would say, as utility jungle. So buff secured, Turtles up, second one of the game. Aurora Gaming Philippines already in position. Light has the angle here if he wants to go for it. Traction Pulse.
Yeah, lands on Stormy, a bit more pro coming down as the Bravest Fighter gets used up by Edward. Now with the stun on 2. Fury of the Phoenix as well. Sky's looking for the opening now, but Demon Kite goes in and it's giving the victory win. He goes for the heavy spin. Now Sky's gonna be pinned down over to Turtle.
Oh, Sakai's pinned down. Can't get away. First blood to Demon Kite and the second Turtle.
What a pin up top. Doming gets a shot down. Oh my goodness, he might be going for the dive, but he misses the synchro vision and he calls it quits. Demon Kite up top with the pressure. This is the systematic Aurora Gaming Philippines in a game 5, bro. They went back to their comfort.
This is back to the roots, right? That, oh no, Yums, is he gonna get zoned in here?
The escape. I don't think Aurora want to bite on this pick, yeah. Instead, they rotate back. They just go for the turret now. That's going to be the shots coming in from Stormy as Demon Kai gets taken low, but Selangor Red Giants can't push in forward.
They had to do that, though. At least Yums was there to go ahead and keep that turret alive, even though it just got a sliver of health left. They keep that going. Now, looking at the itemization here, first item's already locked in for the gold laners, DHS for Innocent. You got the Starlium Sight now for Demon Kite. Defensively, too, things being a whole lot of tough boots, of course, to deal with that crowd control, but only that Fury Hammer, and still Sakai's working on that first item here for this Leo Mord. And same thing, I mean, Stormy on the Sentinel, whoa, they're not stopping.
1v1, BMI out with the Blazing Wind already used. Light now comes in with damage, raging Sandstorm from Light. The Fury of the Phoenix catches him on their turret, so at least there's a trade as Demon Kai's gonna be chased down as Skies pops the Steed. But again, he just rotates up top. He will deny the turret take.
Great response, but a better trade for Aurora Gaming Philippines. You know, you're trading out your gold laner for the roam. Light goes down, but here's Yums.
Heavy spin, pinning him down. Pops and revitalize in time, but can he escape? No, the Synchro Fission pops him through.
They got the payback for the roam right there as they lock down Yums. So a great response once again. That turret's still gonna stay up. Third turtle of the game here in a few seconds. Now the War Axe available to Skies. He's got that. He's got his buff as well. He actually wants to go ahead and contest this though. As Demon Kite's grabbing his purple. Light's giving the information over here, but they're going to be able to rotate just in time for this turtle.
That's so much damage on Skies. Half HP. AOG coming out with Raging Sandstorm from Light. And Demon Kite with the retreat gets it. Innocent pops in a Blazing Duet.
Demon Kite's done it again, and now they're going to be going for Yums.
Cram in the midst of it all. Pops in a curtain call. Now going for the chase, but it's going to be the Kite away. Now it's Edward onto Stormy, forcing the flicker out as Doming goes up top. Doesn't have some on-force. Light goes in over the Cram, but it gets away in time with the sprint. Meanwhile, Edward in mid again holding Innocent and Yums down.
Ooh, it looks like SRG is just trying to catch their breath in this game 5. If it's not Demon Kite securing the objectives, it's Edward crashing on, forcing battle spells down. Light on this side of the map, behind enemy lines. There's Demon Kite.
Finds Innocent, Purify out there. Fear the Phoenix coming down, but Doming gets the turret. Now Cram looking for the trade, pops in the curtain call. Edward in the midst of it all. Now 2-match done by Edward. Sky still able to escape with the help of the Yums. Demon Kite goes in with the headbutts.
Oh, Sakai's is gone. This is all on the side of the jungle of SRG. They'll capitalize another kill and the buff. Aurora Gaming Philippines is not letting up at all. They've got control of this game.
And with every fight they take, they push the lead a bit more towards them. It started off as a 1K gold lead. I swore in the early game, it looked like, all right, SRG are gonna scale, they're gonna try to play it slow, but then they go for these fights and you're like, okay, it looks even, some of these trades. Then Light comes in with a big Raging Sandstorm. Edward gets a big chunk of damage of AoE with the slashes.
These are some of the most comfort picks that Aurora Gaming Philippines has played in the last professional season of the MPL Philippines, and they're showcasing it here today in Game 5. And even for SRG, you could say these are comfort picks too, to an extent. But right now, they're just getting outmaneuvered around the map. And that's the power always of when you think you have this utility jungler, you can move the way you want to move around the map, you can find that lockdown that you're looking for, and it just layers so well. So for SRG, if they want to approach this in the best way possible, it's all on that scaling for Innocent. He's got to be able to get there. He still has plenty of time. He is behind though, right? You're at the 9-minute mark. Again, that Trinity for the Claude usually before the 10-minute mark. He does pick up a golden staff, so he's down 1 item on this. And that's very difficult. Here's the Lord fight though. Are they going to take it?
Light was able to bait out the passive of Stormy already. Look at how fast they're blitzing the Lord. Traction pulse over Innocent, able to bring him back, and that's Demon Kite securing Lord 1. Aurora pulling no stops.
Man, I don't know how you stop this panda, man. Demon Kite on the Sakai. It's one of the better heroes. I know it's slept on in the draft, but it's still one of the better heroes to go ahead, secure objectives. If anybody gets close, you can usually heavy spin them away to get that retribution off. And they're going to take this tier 2 tower up top as Demon Kite just stares down SRG, threatening them to force a fight if they want to. Holy Crystal now online. Over here for Demon Kite. Just checking things out with the Raging Sandstorm.
Wanted to bait a few resources, right? Innocent just backs away with the BMI. But again, this lead is getting to a point where it's a big problem. Like Selangor Red Giants, they have Innocent to scale. Zetian, I'm guessing as well. Traction Pulse baits out the BMI. But they don't really have a body right now. Sky's a 0-3-0. And I don't think he can pull off an Edward on Yuzong type of 0-3-0, Brian.
Yeah, this is going to be way more difficult to make it worth for Cram and the rest of the team of SRG. You know, you waited 10.5 minutes. You got to start to make something happen here because you're in this last game, this game 5, with that potential chance to get to the grand final on the line here for both of these teams. But look at the difference in itemization across the board. It's tough, man. Yum's probably the closest here amongst it all. Yeah, he's only 600 gold difference, but I'll tell you what, the impact of Light right now in this Khalid is just doing so much more than what Yums is capable of doing. If that means just getting the passive out from Stormy, if that means getting some of the battle spells, and even then, the Raging Sandstorm is threat enough, and Light knows it. And that's why they're able to go ahead and play that upper hand. Also, on the gold lane, you still need so much more time for Innocent here. He's building into that Corrosive Scythe. But even so, if that Trinity is online, it's going to be a hell of a time to get into the fight, man, because of the fact that you have Nakai to worry about. You have also Light there peeling for the team, or starting things up in Edward as well. So now this purple buff for the taking from SRG. You're still plenty of time, 40 seconds away from this Lord to come up.
And now SRG are forced to, again, group up together. Stick is 3 into the bottom lane. They're being starved by Aurora Gaming Philippines right now. There's no way for them to actually just brute force walk into their own jungle alone. And Light's been able to take these poke like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Stormy, this is a 100% win rate Zetian, right? Is it still a 100% win rate? I believe so. So, oh my, Innocent? PMI already. Light wants to go in. Raging Sandstorm! Innocent pops in the Blazing Duet. And he pops in a Purify as well. That's big Edward. 2-man stun with the Bravest Fighter. Now goes back. That is all they need.
Oh, okay. Fury of the Phoenix used there too. Keeping things under control. But the Lord is up now. Battle spell down. That's the Purify for Innocent. And so, if SRG is thinking about contesting this Lord, it's probably not going to happen.
They cannot. Not without a Purify on the main man.
They just gotta wait, they gotta buckle in as Lord is gonna be secured here for Aurora Gaming Philippines. At the 12:40 minute mark, Divine Glaive picked up now too for Dome and Kite. And they have everything they need to approach this base of SRG. I'm not saying they can end it here, but with this kind of lead, 8,000+ gold at this point, this type of itemization and this composition could potentially end it off of a first Lord push.
Demon Kite, over the course of, I would say, the run to get it to upper bracket finals, has been behind against Carl Teasy in gold, losing out individually against, again, I feel like also against Izuki, losing out individually in gold. And it's usually because he's on a utility pick. Now he's on a Kai, and he's 2,000 gold ahead of Skies.
Like, who else is going to play the Akai? Other than maybe Demon Kite and, I don't know, Carl Teasy.
Can't think of anyone else who's still in MLBB.
Right? It's one of those things, yeah. There's Redmar. I can hear him in my ear, man. Redmar will probably play it too. He is him.
Gotta get that check.
Gotta get that check. There's the Lord pushing into this bottom turret. They want to go ahead and potentially force this.
Innocent already with the BMI. That's gonna be the Lord taking down the base turret in the bottom lane. This is quite big, but it's not the worst for Selangor Red Giants, just because, again, Lord's gonna be spawning in the bottom lane, so they'll be able to handle it here. Light!
Well, look at Sky. He's going on this off angle too. Is he actually going to initiate a fight from this angle? No, they cleared out the minions. Lord is cleared as well. They lost one base turret. And so this, more than anything, is Aurora Gaming Philippines knowing that they're up 10,000 gold, but sticking to mastering the basics here, man. I hate to say it, right? But they are doing exactly that. They're sticking with the basics. They're sticking to the fundamentals. And every team will go ahead and say how important that is. Even when you have this kind of lead, you can't lose that focus. And Steed.
Steven Kite in with a headbutt. That's going to be Light caught on the back spot, taunted down as well by Yums. Here the Phoenix locking him down. AOG as well onto Edward, but he is CC immune with the Bravest Fighter.
Yums does not want to, okay, he doesn't have AOG. This is interesting though. SRG just kind of keeping Aurora Gaming in check, but here's the re-engage. Zaman forced drop down. And it's just the answer, the response from Aurora Gaming.
How is it still so Intense with a 10,000 gold lead, dude.
The crazy thing is 1-5 in terms of the kills, right? But
Yeah.
there's this tension in this game 5 between these two teams because I just think it's at what's stake here, Miracle. It's that grand final spot. It's a huge story for both teams to get there, and SRG they understand that we got to go ahead and just buckle in. We need to go ahead and scale up. Like I said, your Innocent is nearly there. He's got to get a little bit of defensiveness, obviously. Win in nature, we've also seen Winter Crowns pop up too. Might be the case in this sense when if they can extend it. I don't know, 5+ minutes. They got to get to the 20-minute mark, I feel like, here. Divine Glaive picked up by Stormy, though. This fight for the Lord, it looks like they want to actually contest this Lord, though, if they can.
But can they? Traction Pulse already baited out there. Light already backing away. Now the bottom wave. They have to deal with it. But Doming and Demon Kite are still holding on to it. Selangor Red Giants say, we cannot contest. Aurora Gaming Philippines secure the Lord. Huh? Oh, Skies?
I think the Phantom Seed might have been just thrown out there just to see if he could get the orange buff. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, they knew they couldn't fight and contest. So they'd rather go ahead and defend into the base. Malefic Gun actually picked up here.
Wow.
4 Innocent might be just saying, you know what? Let's just make this defense count. Let's make this one potentially turn it around. We need a crucial defense to stay in this. As Lord makes its way down the bottom side, Conceal's going to be used.
See the pop as well, though. Edward goes in with the Bravest Spider. Now jumps all the way into the back line, but Innocent's able to pop in a blazing way to get sustained. Win a crown already from Edward. And now the base. Beauty of the Phoenix.
Oh, they get stunned here. Check. The Lord is going to be worked on.
Wow.
And it looks like SRG, even with 11,000 gold deficit, will still be able to defend.
That was... Wait, Yums takes a long route over. Kram dives onto Edward with a curtain call, but now he's caught in a bad spot. He has to sprint. He's able to get away. Light with the Raging Sandstorm and the Flicker. Now it's Kram turning things around with the help of Yums as well. He goes for the taunt as Innocent's right there. Doming!
There's a jump on the defense. They want to disengage, and it looks like Aurora wants to do the same.
Oh.
This is the tension we've been talking about. Wow.
Folks, my heart is beating so hard right now, and it's not the Red Bull. It's not the Red Bull, it's the game.
Oh man, this game has wings. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't even know how SRG has been able to go ahead and have such great base defense. Aurora Gaming, even playing around that Lord, man, they just haven't been able to get much use out of the Lords.
At least now it's value, because even with that Lord not getting anything,
Yeah.
look at where the next Lord placement is. It's up top, so they have the far lane control in the bottom lane without having to do anything, right? So
Yeah.
that's a win still for Aurora Gaming Philippines. The only loss they took there is the scaling of SRG. Now, Innocent has more time to build up to either a Winter Crown, probably win a crown, not win a nature here.
Mirko, the impressive thing is SRG doesn't have anything on the map. Like, they've been able to defend in the base despite...
Not a single turret, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. Not a single turret is down. Nothing has gone right in terms of objectives for SRG. But what has gone right is the fact that they've somehow buckled in. They're nearing that 20-minute mark, and that's where I was saying that was the crucial point for them to potentially turn a game around. That's why we always say, even when you're down this much gold, depending on how your composition is and the items that you have, you can still be a threat to this team. And that's why Aurora Gaming Philippines, we say it's discipline, but at some point, at what point do you say, man, they waited way too long. They hesitated too long to end the game. They weren't able to end the game. They love MLBB that much.
They love MLBB, dude.
Almost 20 minutes here. Lord up, evolve this time. This might be the first time that SRG actually decides to contest a Lord here, but Stormy's so far away, Light's going to be able to spot this out as Aurora Gaming Philippines holds on to the Lord. It's under half health.
That wave's not good. Stormy has to rotate, but Light is holding this position already. They're holding it in, just barely at the edge of it. Edward with the Bravest Spider coming down now. Skies also behind the Phantom Seed. Light in the back line, able to bomb into Purify. Phoenix Light's gonna be caught. He's able to heal in time. Good stun by Edward. Demon can't get him, but now Cram walks in forward. Light pops in, Conceal. Aurora Gaming Philippines get the Evolved Lord.
That is a massive Lord to walk in to potentially end the game. And as I've been saying for SRG, they have defended time and time again. The Giants will not have their fortress taken so easily. Can they do it again? They have to. That's the only option they have. Light still has an immortality. The Lord finally spawning and making its way down the bottom side here. How can they pull this off? SRG, they've got to almost have a miracle for this one.
They played it perfect in the last Lord fight, but it's hard to do it when it's an evolved Lord.
Yeah.
Aurora can just stack up around the Lord. And look at the turn in the mid lane, it's so low.
Half health here, under half health for that mid turret. Lord makes its way down the bot. They've got to deal with it here.
Fraction pulse doesn't land on anyone. Now it's going to be Innocent, trying to deal as much damage as possible as Edward dives into the back. Innocent pops into the lazy to win over on Edward, but this raging stack just comes through. They're fighting on the Lord. Demon Kai already using a heavy spin. That's going to be Yums jumped away from Fear the Phoenix.
Fear the Phoenix is using, they're still going.
They deal with the Lord, live with the raging sandstorm. Yums still able to survive Innocent. BMI to the back as Doming already uses his Amon Force. Mid lane base turn with ball. How the Selangor Red Giants hold on to this game.
Selangor Red Giants won't have the base taken so easily.
Against an evolved Lord.
Man, they still do it. They don't have any space to work with, no base, no turrets down, but they're still showing that they can defend and fight against Aurora Gaming. That is an evolved Lord that was dealt with in the best way possible.
We are still at 6 kills.
That hasn't changed in a while, Miracle. I mean, 6 kills, no turrets.
When was the last time one of them died, dude?
I'll tell you what, I don't know if that's the pro of having this kind of lineup for Aurora Gaming, or for SRG, and the con of Aurora Gaming's lineup. It works so good in the beginning, but you know, at this point of the game, they're having a difficult time actually punching it in and ending it, you know? And we have seen this when it has been utility compositions and that require a setup that has to be perfect. This is the trouble. Winter Crown now available for Innocent.
And a rose gold too, nice too. He sold his boots. He's bootless. Man's barefoot.
Barefoot Claude. A Winter Crown 2 for Sakai's. Fight with this Lord again. Look at Light's positioning. What are they going to do? Traction pulls thrown out?
Wait, Cram already used the curtain call. It's on Yue. Light has a very, very good flank on him. Zetian, does he spot him out? He's able to spot him out now as Edward goes over to stun. Fear the Phoenix, locking him down. Edward losing immortality. Now Sky's going to go in as well, but he's going to be pinned down by Demon Kai, and no one's there to actually dish out damage. Skies will fall to Yue.
They take out Sakai's, they can get the Lord!
Blazing new weapon Innocent with the Winter Crown as well. Demon Kai's going to be taken very, very low, but he's able to find immortality in time. Doming in the back as well to win it to the stop. Cram still there to win damage, and it's hard!
Innocent's still alive, and he gets the space, but Doming Kai will take him out!
He got cooked by the Chrono Dash. Domang has all the shields in the world. Now it's Yums who falls. Cram has immortality. He's going to fall as well. Involved Lord in the mid lane as Cram dishes out damage to Light, but he's going to be gunned down by Yue.
And that's going to be it as the Lord makes its way down the mid with Aurora Gaming.
The stage that once haunted them now rises for them. The Northern Lights do not fade. It ignites the grand finals.
That ignition, that light will be witness to the entire world. A chance at redemption, a chance at history, and a chance to prove the doubters wrong. Aurora Gaming Philippines